take another look at the curve. You'll notice on this one that at the bottom are z-scores instead of what we had on the last one, which was the mean minus 1 standard deviation, the mean plus 1 standard deviation. We've talked about z-scores before and how they standardize. So let's compare this to a test score. So let's say the average for our test score was an 80. So we would put the mean right here. Now let's say the standard deviation for this test was 5. So if we add 5 to 80, we get 85. If you scored an 85, you would be 1 above the mean. If we add 5 more, we get 90. If you scored a 90, you would be 2 standard deviations above the mean. And if we add 5 more, you would have a 95. You would be 3 standard deviations from the mean. We can do the same and subtract 5 every single time. Now what this means is, using z-scores, instead of your actual grades, we can figure out where you stand. If I tell you your z-score is a 1.5, you are going to know that you scored somewhere between 85 and 90. So what we're doing is standardizing scores so that we can use predictions. Because remember, 68% of your standard or your population should fall within 1 standard deviation of the mean. So we are going to use a z-score table to make predictions on where your population would fall. Now there are basically 3 rules that you need to follow to figure these out based on our tables, okay? First of all, if they ask you for the area to the left of a z-score, all you have to do is look it up. If they ask you for the area to the right, you're going to have to look it up and do 1 minus that number. Okay, let me explain what I mean by that. These are the tables that are in the beginning of your book. If you look at this, this one is a z-score table. This is the negative side. It's table E, standard normal distribution. So your z-scores are listed over here. Okay, notice at the bottom the picture is shaded to the left. That means this table represents the area to the left. It's the same thing for the positive side. Here's the positive side, your next page. It represents the area to the left. So if your curve is shaded to the left, you just look it up. Now, if it's shaded to the right, you want to look it up and do 1 minus because you want the other portion of the curve. Now, the third option is if they give you 2 z-scores, what you want to do is look them both up and subtract them. So those are your only 3 options. So if they were to give me 2 z-scores, I would look them both up on the table and I would subtract those 2 numbers. Now, just a little preview of the table. If I were to ask you to look up negative 2.36, you would go over here to negative 2.3, and then you go across 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See the 6 up here at the top? So negative 2.36 would be 0.0091. Let's do another one. If I were to ask you for a positive 0.65, well, here's my 0.6, and I'm going to go all the way over until I have the 5 at the top. So 0.65 would be 0.7422. What that means is 74.22% of your population will lie to the left of 0.65. They would have scored lower than that z-score because this chart reads to the left.